I really wanted to talk about is that people ain't playing about going back to work, child. The great resignation is continuing. People are not going back to work, and it's absolutely showing no signs of slowing down. I have a tweet up, you guys, from Julia Pollard. Great name, Julia. And she is an economist, the chief economist of ZipRecruiter, and she says as employers require workers to return to offices, quits are ticking upwards. A major reason for quitting is to find a remote opportunity. Y'all, let me tell you, baby, that is how I'm feeling. And that is a lot of the conversations that I've been having around. People are looking for remote opportunities. They do not want to return back in office. And guess what? It doesn't have anything to do with COVID. It has everything to do with the fact that we are embracing this new normal. So why should I have to pay for a commute, pay for parking, pay for dry cleaning, get my hair, my nails done, pay for lunch when I'm down there, when I can do all of this in the privacy and the comfort of my own home? So power to the people who are looking for remote opportunities because they are embracing this new normal.
No, same. Like, even with me, every once in a while, I have to go into the radio station for like a meeting here and there, but I really only have to go in once a week. Everything else is still remote. So for me, when you're hearing about these companies where they're like, all right, everybody needs to be back in the office now, it's like, why? Is it because you need to still utilize this office space and now you feel like you're wasting money? Or is it just because you felt like productivity was down? If productivity was down, say that. But from what I've heard, a lot of people have been even more productive working from home because, you know, you kind of like make your own schedule. Like, I could wake up at 12 o'clock, but still be working until like 11 p.m. if I, you know, doing little things throughout the day. So for me to have to like literally, you know, before I moved downtown, I was living in Renton, but I worked downtown. So being in traffic for like an hour on the way there, sometimes hour, 2 hours on the way back, trying to get out of freaking this Mercer hellhole that we have over here. It's just not worth my time. And then, like you said, you have to pack a lunch. Sometimes you have to be around people you don't want to be around. And frankly, I've been sick a lot less working from home. Not even just COVID sickness. Like back then, I was always catching colds, you know, catching the flu, catching this, catching that, having sore throats. I don't really have those issues these days because I'm not around people like that. I'm one of the people, I'm like very few people out here, but I never got COVID and I still haven't gotten COVID. And I think it's because I'm able to take such long breaks from being around people.
Man, how about just not catching an attitude? I'm telling you right now, I don't want to catch an attitude in traffic. It's just so inconvenient. And I'm embracing the work from home. We are actually back on a hybrid schedule. So we only work 2 days in office and 3 days work from home. And I love it because you literally can work from anywhere. I just don't feel like working in a particular office space should determine my level of productivity. And to your point, I think a lot of the reports are showing that people are more productive working in spaces that they are, you know, more comfortable in. You know, if I can sit and work in my pajamas, I'm going to be a lot more productive than putting on that business suit, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think, you know, we have embraced a lot of what COVID has done. And we're now living in post pandemic. I think we also need to embrace things that are beneficial to us, which is, you know, having a little bit more leniency in the workplace. Some other identifiers, though, Besa, is that majority of workers should quit their job in 2021. Here's some statistics. The first one, 63% of people said that they quit because of low pay. 63% of people also said that they quit because there was no opportunities for advancement. And the third reason was they also, 57% of people said that they felt had feelings of being disrespected in the workplace. And those were the reasons that they quit. This was a survey that was taking place February 7th through 13 in 2021. So a new survey should be coming out in the end of April, or finished in the end of April. And so we should get another one. So we'll come back and report on those statistics. But these are some major reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not working. I think a lot of people also noticed that when they were home during the pandemic and they started their additional businesses and their side hustles, they kind of learned, like, you know what? I don't have to. It was a perfect storm. I don't have to work in an environment where I don't feel comfortable or feel respected in. And I'm not going to continue working for low pay in a place that has no advancement and, and just at this level of play. I'm
And
not
then
going
also just feeling like a slave to your job. Like it's one
to.
thing to go in, like I said, I go in once a week. My meeting is an hour. I usually stay for about 2 or 3 hours afterwards. So that way I can do like some TikTok content or whatever have you. But otherwise, I'm in and out. Being literally at any job from 9 to 5, that's my whole day. My day's gone. I'm literally planning my entire life around having to be at this office. And then, God forbid, you work in Seattle and live in Tacoma. So now your whole day is shot and you only can do things on the weekends. I think another thing that's happened with people working from home, aside from being more comfortable, they're happier. I can go to Cancun and still work.
Yes.
I can be on the beach as long as I have my Wi-Fi and my laptop is charged. Having my Microsoft Teams meet, it doesn't matter where I'm at. As long as I take my laptop, I'm getting my work done. So while I'm sitting here in my little bikini with my little, martini or whatever, or in this case, I'm just drinking ice water, I'm minding my business and I'm getting my work done. And guess what? I'm probably going to do it better because I'm happy, I'm in a good mood, and I'm not sitting next to Susie Q, who maybe didn't properly bathe that day. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to hear about your boyfriend's problems. Sometimes you go into the job, you got to have all these crazy energies around. It's a lot. And if I can just be in LA, if I could be in Cancun, I could be at your house and be like, sis, I'm gonna go work for a second, BRB, and then we can go to brunch like we said we were gonna do. But guess what? The work is done, and that's what matters.
I mean, listen, I never want to go back into office full time. I absolutely think there's just no point. And there's also like, I think people are not going into the brick and mortar buildings as much anyway. Like I've been going to the DMV lately with Rodney, and a lot of people are opting into using online appointments and scheduling their appointments to do things online. So there is a clear shift in that people want the level of convenience that you can do online. So that is the new wave. Employers, get with the new normal, embrace it. Don't try to stifle your workforce because you want to see them sitting at a desk. That's the old days. We ain't going back to the old days, y'all.
Shout out to Miss Dea. It's equality too. Because if I can get Seattle money but live in ATL,
Yes.
that's right.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have a girlfriend and she is employed in Seattle, but she lives in Washington, D.C. And so imagine if you were working, let's say you had a district based job, you were employed by the, district government or the federal government, and you lived in Mississippi where the cost of living is way lower. Okay. Like you're doing what you want to do. Or like to your point, if you want to travel, like even if it's not like going to sit somewhere on a beach with a martini, what if you just want to travel? It's like, hey, these last couple of days I'm working remotely and I'm going to go to Las Vegas and hang out with my mom. And so when I get off work and get offline at 5:30, I'm like, boom, already in the room with my mom,
Yep.
So just some things to consider for people who are employing people. We ain't ready to go back to the office. I do feel bad for the hospitality and tourism industry because, some of the restaurants downtown and stuff are not being patronized. And so I think it's an economy thing and boosting the economy. And they want people to go back downtown to kind of stimulate that stuff. But honestly, listen, I can't afford it with inflation anyway. So I'm good.
And then I got Instacart, Uber Eats. Look, unless I want to be around people, I'm just going to order the food and take it home. I'm okay.
Okay, that's good. You still stimulating the economy. We appreciate that.